welcome. In this short video I want to show you our paper trading function. So we are able with our bots to paper trade. That means we can virtually trade, so you can test all your crypto trading strategies and you don't have to spend any money. So the real advantage is you can test a strategy, and as soon as you see the strategy is working, you can just switch it over to a real exchange. So let me show you how that works. Here, if you have registered for our crypto trading bot, you can simply log in, and if you are in the dashboard, you see this overview. So you can sign up for the webinar. I would strongly suggest that. I have the opportunity to create a new bot, go into the help center and also chat with our team. So what we want to do now is to create a new bot. But first of all, I show you if you have a new account. If you go to settings, you will see I set up these two new bots here, but on default you already have virtual bots for all the exchanges. So you have a virtual Binance bot, a virtual BitMEX bot, a virtual BitMEX testnet bot, because the testnet is very different from the regular BitMEX. Then do you have a virtual Bittrex bot, a virtual Coinbase bot, and a virtual Poloniex bot. So on default, we give you virtual bots for all the exchanges we support in the moment. So if you want to start trading, you can start right away. Just go to your bots. Then you see there are some bots already. If you don't have bots, you can create a new bot here, and then you have the opportunity to create a new bot, and we will do this. And you can also copy a bot from somebody else, a bot setup, and in a very short time, in 2-3 weeks, we will be able to provide crypto signals. So we will provide our own signals to you. We have a builder inside of the bot where you can build together your own strategies. So I will just create a bot here. Just click on the button, and then I will be able to create my trading bot using this step-by-step wizard, or I can just go to the form and create it with the form. And here I can, for example, let's say paper trading bot. I just give it a name. I make a TradingView bot because I'm getting the signals from TradingView. I will make a long trading bot. Remember, the exchanges will not allow you to trade long and short on the same exchange at the same time. So what you can do is you just set up 2 exchanges, connect 2 exchanges, and then you can trade long on one exchange and short on the other. So I set up a long one here. I go to, let's say we want to trade on BitMEX, the currency we want to trade XBT USD. So this would be US dollars Bitcoin. The strategy is just test bot 01. Then the time frame, we could say, okay, we want to trade a 1 hour time frame. We can set the connector. In this case, I don't have any other BitMEX connectors in the moment, so I just have the virtual bot, but I want to show the virtual trading, of course. Then we can say, okay, we want to trade 0.01 or whatever Bitcoin. We want the bot maximum to buy 2 times, for example. And here, this is also very interesting because we allow you to leverage trade. So you can leverage trade up to 100% with our bot, and in a very short time, I guess we will be able to implement it next week. We also have a protection, leverage protection. That means you will be protected from our side. If you leverage trade, we will give you the opportunity to check a box, and that box will say protect me from getting executed, and then we will fire a stop loss, a stop signal before the execution point gets hit, and you will never get executed again. I just leave the settings here, closing trading view. So I will close my signals when, so if I open like for example 2 trades and then a signal is coming in to close a trade, I can decide should this closing signal close 1 trade or all trades. So I leave it to 1. I could take profit here, I don't take profit. I could set a stop loss. I don't do that in the moment because I will set 2 closing signals. So this is all you need to set up. Then you copy this line of code. Simply go to TradingView. Let me move over my TradingView window. So here I think we set up a 1 hour chart, right? So I go ahead here and I already set up all the alerts here. Let's just go through the alerts and I show you what I did here. So just give it a little time to load. And here we have the 1 hour chart. So if I go into that setup here for the alert, you see I set up, this is the TD or TE indicator, which will use the tone the mark numbers. So it's numbering the charts from 1 to 9. And what I did here is that basically it will buy, for example, it will buy on a green 2 and it will sell on a green 8. And I set it up with picking the indicator here. Then I say this is the green 2. Then I say greater than, and the value will just put with 0. It will buy once per bar close. And then it's open-ended, and very important is that you send the email to SMS, and the email address that you put into your TradingView setting for email to SMS, like explained here, has to be signals.tbs@gmail.com, and then we will receive your signals. Here I just put in the signal that I copied here. So the opening long signal is this one. This is slightly different here because it is from a different bot and it has got a different strategy, but I'm going to just copy that in here and save it then. And then what we did is the virtual bot will already buy the green 2. And then the next step is I want to sell it. I will sell it on a green 8. So that's the same setup. It's the same indicator, and we'll sell it on a green 8. The settings are exactly the same. I copy the closing part here and put the closing part here. And that's all I have to do. And then what I did, because I'm not using a stop loss, I put in a third stop. And this is a different indicator. It's also related to the DD indicator, but it's a color flip. That means if all the time when the color is changing, like here, it's getting from a green 5 to a red 1, there's this X. And when this is happening, then it's selling as well. So it's selling my long trades and my short trades. So, but let's stay on the long side in a moment. So it will also sell here. I just copy in also the closing signal here in this trade. And as you see here, I can put in more than 1 signals in one alert box. So that's very convenient. And what I did then is I just did the strategy the other way around. So I'm buying here on a red 2, which is a short trade, and I'm selling on a red 8 as well. Exactly the same signals, but I did this with a different bot, because remember, this bot was set up for trading long, so I can create and start this bot. And what I can do also is I could just go in here, and if I want to have all the settings the same and I don't want to change everything here, I can just go and say copy, and I will say just this is the paper trading, for example, paper trading bot short now, and I could put now short only. And in this case, you can still use the virtual BitMEX bot or the virtual bot, because if you trade virtually, it's okay to trade short and long with the same connector. But if I would like trade differently, so if I would put here BitMEX testnet, because I did the connectors already, I have here two different connectors basically. What's going on? So BitMEX testnet. I don't know why it's not showing the connectors, but I have got two connectors in here, which is one long and one short. So if you want to trade long and short at the same time, you can use different connectors. Let me just reset that. Your bot's new trading bot, because I want to show you that there is actually different connectors, because we put it in the long and short trading. But this is basically how you trade virtually. So you will have the connectors here, you see. Probably because I copied the bot, it doesn't allow me to change the connectors. So here I would just put the short connector if I want to trade short, and if I want to trade long, I would just put the long one if I send it to a real exchange. If you trade virtually, you don't need to do that. So this was the way how you can actually paper trade, virtually trade with our bot. I hope that was useful, and I hope to see you soon in one of our webinars. Just register today. If you're on your dashboard, just click here on the sign up button. It will take you to the sign up page where you can actually register for our next webinar. So I talk to you soon. Bye bye. Have a nice day.